guys, welcome to another video. Today we're reviewing A Nightmare on Elm Street. This one came out in 1984 and was of course directed by Wes Craven and stars Robert Englund and Heather Langenkamp. Now before we get started, hit that like button, subscribe to the post notification bell so you can get notified for every video. And let's just start. Let's start talking about the good. So all the actors and actors in this film, I thought they're all fantastic. Robert Englund, of course, plays Freddy Krueger. You also have Heather Langenkamp, who plays Nancy, and you have Johnny Depp, who plays Glenn. I thought those three characters were very, very well done. The character development was very, very well done. Of course, Robert Englund doesn't really have character development as he's the villain, so of course trying to murder them. But Heather Langenkamp's character is immediately likable, and Johnny Depp's character, who plays Glenn, he is also immediately likable in this film. The sequences in this film are terrifying and extremely, extremely scary. There is one sequence in particular where Freddy Krueger is walking down a dark alleyway and his arms stretch out. It's horrifying. That sequence is terrifying. And there's also one major sequence in this film, which if you haven't seen Nightmare on Elm Street, go watch it. But extreme spoilers right now. There's one sequence in Glenn's death scene where you just see just loads of blood just spew out of the bed. That is one of the craziest sequences that I've ever seen put to film. Wes Craven, I don't know how he did it, but that sequence looks very, very well done. The cinematography, of course, it's Wes Craven. Cinematography is phenomenal. It looks very well done. The different dream sequences are very well done, and also the way some sequences look are very, very weird and creepy. There's one sequence, that ending sequence, which I'll talk about later, but that sequence is just terrifying just because of how it looks. It just looks weird, and it looks normal, but in a weird way. And as I said, with Glenn's death scene, a lot of the sequences in this film are mind-blowing of how he pulled this off. Some of these sequences for an early 80s film, it's just mind-blowing. I've never seen anything that extreme, especially that Glenn's death sequence. I've never seen anything like it, and it must have been really, that sequence is one of the most mind-blowing sequences that I've ever seen from an 80s film. It just looks very well done, it looks real, and the atmosphere and tension that's built up all around that sequence. Before the sequence, you know something's going to happen because of the tension, the atmosphere. I just thought those aspects of the film were very, very well done. And the third act of the film, I thought was it was just a lot of fun. Of course, you have Nancy and Glenn who are trying to fight off Freddy Krueger. I love that sequence. The third act, the entire third act, is very, very well done. It's entertaining, fun, and creepy at times. And the ending sequence. That ending sequence is very unexpected. It's very weird and creepy, and I know it doesn't look very good. That sequence where, you probably already know what sequence I'm talking about, where the mother gets pulled through the door, I guess, the window of the door. That sequence, just because of how it looks, creeps me out, because it just feels like it just shows you how strong Freddy Krueger is, just pulling a woman through that window. So that sequence was very, very creepy. And that's about it. There's nothing bad about this film. A Nightmare on Elm Street is definitely one of the best horror films ever made, one of the most iconic horror films ever made, and one of my favorite horror films of all time. And I highly recommend it, and I'm going to give A Nightmare on Elm Street an A. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the post notification bell so you can get notified for every video. I'm Peter. Thank you for watching.